Make sure he's in there as well now, because he's come back now. Yeah. Because he's come back now.
I don't think it's you. I'm speaking to.
Well, what are you speaking about?
We are speaking. We are
About what?
each other.
About what?
About the world.
About the world?
About the world. Yeah.
What did he mention?
Talking about the lying.
Huh? Lying. So you're lying now. So you are now following what Paul said by lying to me now.
Yes, I love to lie.
You love to lie. You want to say that again?
Guys, I like to
Say it again. There you go. Idiot. Choose what to accept, what not to reject.
According to the Bible.
You keep saying this. The third time you've said that.
So
I'm
what?
going to try
I'm
once more
Yeah.
in the hope that you're listening to what I'm saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Church history, by definition, is
Followers of
post-Bible.
Christ, when he said,
It's
"Don't you
not
know
going to be in
that
the
prophecy
Bible
has been cut
because
off
it's
the head of
history that
John,
came after
John
the Bible."
the Baptist.
I'm in
The last prophet
I'm
was
here.
John the Baptist.
I'm in,
He's filming me. He asked you.
no, but I don't want him to be.
You're not in the shot. He's filming me.
Isn't he filming him, not you?
Yeah. So
I'm not there.
he's filming me, brother. Look at where it is.
Wallahi,
How is he getting you?
Justifies, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you, my question then again, bearing that in mind, how do you decide what to accept in church history and what to reject?
So I cannot understand your point. Do you think that the Bible is part of the history, is a part of the church history? The Bible is something
Said it
separate.
like 3 times, brother. I don't know how clear I can be. Would you like me to say it once more?
I don't.
There's no point
understand.
discussing the same point.
Do you see? So okay, so you
discuss another point.
yeah, so you okay. What about when Paul, when he's saying that to the Jews I'm a Jew, to the so and so I'm this and that? Was Paul hiding and lying to the people about his true belief?
He means that he will try to simplify the gospel
That's not what
to
he's
everyone
saying.
according to what he understands.
Was he a Jew?
Sorry?
Was he a Jew?
He was a Jew, yeah.
So
Paul
he was a
I
Jew.
don't know. Was he Jew?
Yes.
So he didn't
he
follow
was-
the
But
new
he-
covenant.
Roman
of Jesus.
citizen.
He was a Jew.
He was a
but
Roman
he believed
citizen
in the
back in the
Messiah, so he converted
I'm
to
not, I just have
Christianity.
some doubts.
Right.
Anyone who believed in the Messiah, he converted to Christianity.
Right. So
Whatever
he was a
Jew,
Christian then. He wasn't a Jew.
He became Christian, yeah.
So he's a Christian. So if I ask you,
Jesus was a Jew.
was Paul? Yeah. So if I ask you who was Paul, then the answer should be as a Christian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then why is he saying to a Jew, I'm a Jew?
Because a Jew is not just a religion, it's also related to race, it's related to
Race.
Chosen people, chosen people of God. Chosen
You
people.
mean ethnicity, not race?
ethnicity, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Ethnicity, yeah. So
what-
it's not just like a religion, it's a culture, ethnicity, everything.
Right. So to a Jew, I'm a Jew, but to a Christian, he didn't say I'm a Jew to a Christian.
Shalom.
So he's hiding, right? He's hiding his identity.
Why they
No, it's
ignore
not
him?
He's lying.
Why
He
ignore
don't
him?
say. He don't say that
Maybe
I
you
will
are,
hide my
maybe you
identity, so Jews don't know that I'm Jew. Or
So he's
or
hiding his
non-Jews
identity,
that
that's
don't
lying.
want to- no, he's saying that I will try to simplify the gospel to people.
He didn't say that.
According
You're
to-
saying
He didn't say that.
This is what he means.
You don't have
How
If
do you
read
know?
the context? If we read the context,
I did
you
read
will
the context.
understand
It's
this
not what
point.
it says.
If you read the context, you will understand this.
You're just repeating the same thing again. I told you.
This is-
I
this
read
is
the
what I
context.
understand.
It's not what it says.
This is what I understand. It's not about hiding.
Yeah, but you're
it's
not.
about the-
You're not an authority when it comes to
Oh,
biblical
so you
scholarship.
are the authority to
No,
understand.
if I'm giving you a interpretation, you're well within your rights to ask me who did you get that from, and I should be able to do that for you. So where did you get that interpretation from?
This interpretation according to the context. If you read the context and
Okay, so from you, your understanding.
understand that, not only me.
So when it comes to me, my understanding.
600 million Christians understand the same thing.
Okay, give me one.
No one attributed.
Give me
as-
one.
Give me one. What?
Give me one. You said so many.
Give me one. Say that Paul tried to hide himself from Jews. And
clear reading of the text.
It's not a guy. It's not. It doesn't make sense. Even if you write the context, it doesn't make sense because the context doesn't say
It's the
that.
clear reading of the text. Give me the context then. Pull it out and give me the context.
Give me-
How am I going to give you the context if you're telling me you can
read-
only
you read-
understand it through
read
the
it,
context?
Read it for people to understand. Read it for people.
Have you got evidence for
You
whatever
Christian?
you claim? Have you got
Are
evidence?
you Christian? Oh, yeah.
You Christian?
It's your rivals, Isham. A Christian.
Sorry?
It's your rival, a Christian's your rival.
Christian that doesn't want to go on
You
camera.
understand this?
I
So
don't
another
see
Christian
much of
here.
argument.
Do you
I don't
think-
see much of argument here. Besides, I'm interested more about Quran, to discuss about Quran, because since they don't acknowledge the Bible, let's talk about Quran.
Do you understand that Paul
Okay.
tried to hide himself from Jews and from the... It doesn't make sense, right?
Okay, it doesn't make
doesn't make
sense.
sense.
Let's read it out then. You're getting very excited. To the Jews, because reading the context now, it's actually going to prove my point. Because there's a bit in there I didn't mention, and it's a problem now that I'm reading the context for you. To the Jews, I became like a Jew to win the Jews.
For win the Jews for himself.
That's a full
to take
stop.
money from them.
You told me to read it, right?
For what? To preach the gospel.
Can I finish reading?
Win to the gospel.
Do you want me to put it away?
No, continue.
Because you're interrupting me when you told me to read
Sorry,
it.
Okay, continue.
Right. To the Jews I became like a Jew, comma, to win the Jews, full stop. To those under the law, I became like one under the law. And then in brackets it says, though I myself am not under the law. It's a deception. It's lying.
No, he don't
Yes,
say
I've read the context now. It's lying. Now you prove to me it's not lying.
it's not lying.
He's doing
because
taqiyya.
He don't say
They don't say what?
he don't say that.
You missed the intent.
Don't say
Exactly.
what? He don't say what?
Intention. What is the
You missed
intention?
the intent.
How can I see the intent? How am I supposed to judge the intent? How am I going to see the intent from this?
He's speaking about the gospel. He wants
To the Jews I
gospel.
became like a Jew to win the Jews. That's his intent, to win the Jews. He tells you.
Yeah, for what?
That's the
Win
end of the
Jews for
sentence.
what?
Then he goes
This is
to
very
those.
important. Win them for what?
It ends the sentence.
No, you need to understand what he
I'm
writes.
supposed to add
You
things in
have
now, yeah?
14 letters of St. Paul. He writes 14 letters. You pick just like two lines and say he is lying. No, you need to read the whole things. What he said, how he think, what is his intention, what he suffered for the gospel. And all
Let me
this stuff,
continue
so
reading.
You can understand what
You
St.
told me
Paul
to carry on
means.
reading. To those not having the law, I became like one not having the law. Though I am not free from God's law, but am under Christ's law.
Yes,
So-
Christ's law.
There you go.
So,
Christ's law.
so as to
You
win,
are.
those not having the law. To the weak, I became weak.
Nice.
To win the weak.
Yes.
That's deception.
Wow.
Is it the Quran?
This is deception.
No, that's the Bible.
Oh, right. I thought that was the Quran.
Why would you think it's the Quran? It's Paul teaching you to lie.
It's not
And
lying.
sometimes that you-
how
when
you lie.
someone tries to be like,
I have
if
become
I have
all
a beard,
things. Listen,
if I have a
he's
beard
going to tell you his intent
and
now.
come to you and speak to you like in Arabic, that means that I'm lying to
finishing
you.
the context. I'm finishing the context. I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means I might save some. So,
Nice,
in
save
order
some,
to
nice.
save people, he is using deception and
Not
cheating
deception.
in religion.
It's
That's
not
what he's
deception.
saying.
It's not deception.
He's
If I
pretending
try-
to
if I
be a
try-
Jew
okay.
to speak to the
I can
Jew.
Can I give you example?
Are you going to do this?
Nice. Can I give you example?
Let me ask you a
Can you
question.
give?
Would you follow this?
Yes, I follow this.
You follow
I
this.
will
So you're
follow it
lying
now.
to me right now.
No, let me
So you're
give you
pretending
example.
to be a Muslim,
Give me
speaking
example.
to a Muslim.
Give me example. I give you example now.
What do you mean?
If
Give
I,
example.
if I,
Give
if I
example of
teach,
what?
if I learn English to speak to you in English because you don't understand anything but
Are you
English.
pretending to speak English?
It's not pretending, but I am speaking in
So
your
you're speaking in
accent.
English.
If I try to hard to speak in your accent, is this a lying to you or a deception?
Hang on a minute.
If
so
I,
Paul is
if
pretending
I try to,
One
if you
second.
like, for example, I will give you another example. If you, for example, in Saudi Arabia,
We respond to this example.
No,
One example
I
at
need
a time.
I need to finish my sentence, please. If you go to Saudi Arabia, people eating with these hands, no with fork or spoon, okay? If I go with them and sit down and eat with my hand, is this a bad thing to do? Is it a
don't think
deception?
so.
No, I'm trying to be like them. I'm trying to be like do like what they do, so they don't feel like I'm something foreign body to them. So I can preach the gospel. I can incarnate myself to them. So I just like settle down with them, eat with them, do whatever they like. I can read, have soap what they dress. Dress like them. This is not deception. It's not lying. I'm trying to be like them, so they can accept what I'm saying. But if I'm come from another planet and just like say the gospel to them, they will not accept it because who is this person?
Right.
This is the point. This is what St. Paul tried to do. If
Okay.
someone come to you, he will try
You told
to
me to
dress
let
like
you
you,
finish the point. I think you
eat
finished
like
the
you,
point, yeah?
sit like you, have your food, all this
You're
stuff.
just repeating
this is
the
what
point.
yeah.
Just repeating.
I,
I've heard you.
I
I've
hope
heard
that you
you.
understand what's going on.
Right. So here Paul is talking about beliefs. He's talking about the Jewish law. He's talking about those not under the law. He's talking about theology here. You've now compared theology to eating like somebody else and dressing like somebody else.
It's not theology.
That's
He don't say
preposterous.
theology. He don't say
That-
theology.
sorry, you wanted me to listen to you.
Where is theology here?
Can you not listen to me now? I listened to you and you gave multiple examples. You wanted me to let you finish. I let you finish. Now I ask you to return that courtesy to me. Now, there's a difference between going to a country and eating like the people over there, and there's a difference between if someone's a Jew and you're preaching to them Christianity, but you're pretending to be a Jew so they're going to accept you. That's clear deception, because you can't see what's in someone's head. When it comes to the way someone's dressed, the way someone's eating, you can see them, that's on the outside. So you're conflating what's on the outside with what's on the inside. That's where clear deception happens. And then you mentioned one example about the accent. How are you comparing a belief with an accent? And just because you want to fit into a country, utilizing someone's accent is not deceiving somebody. Someone can see that you're clearly struggling with the language and you're trying to, placate them or, mirror them or whatnot. That's a valid psychological way or sociological way to get along with somebody. But to go to somebody and say, oh, I believe in X, for example, I believe in your theology, when you don't, that's lying. That's clear
He
lying.
said that I believe in their theology. I will believe in their theology. Give it to me. Read the context again. That's why I'm saying the context
I'll
is very
read it again.
important. He say,
Listen,
I will
yeah?
be like Jews.
Yeah, listen.
He don't say in their theology, I will be like non-Jews. He don't say that in your.
Let me read it.
Pretend.
To the
Say
Jews,
pretend.
I became like a Jew. You told me to read it and you're looking over there now. I read it before, you weren't listening. You told me to read it again and you're looking over there now. What sort of logic is this? To the Jews, I became like a Jew. To win the Jews. Now you're talking to somebody else.
Sorry, it's very foolish.
Abdul Karim, you can make the camera normal now. So, a clear, explicit verse. He asked about the intention, I gave him the intention. Then he asked and he gave an analogy. I gave him the counter analogy, why his analogy doesn't work. Then he asks me to recite his verse again, and he doesn't want to listen to the verse, and then he goes off. So it wasn't a very, useful discussion.